कविम् कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजम् ब्रह्मणाम् ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् नीळादेवी गुं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये गृणाहि घृतवती सवितराधिपत्यैः पयस्वतीरन्तिराशानो अस्तु ध्रुवादिशाम् विष्णुपत्न्यघोरास्येषा सहसोया मनोता बृहस्पतिर्मातरिष्वोत्र वायुः सन्धुवानावाता अभिनो गृणन्तु विष्टम्भो दिवो धरुणः पृथिव्या अस्येषा जगतो विष्णुपत्नी ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सहस्रपरमा देवी शतमूला शताङ्कुरा सर्वगुं हरतु मे पापम् दूर्वादुः स्वप्ननाशनी काण्डात् काण्डात् प्ररोहन्ति परुषः परुषः परि एवानो दूर्वे प्रतनु सहस्रेण शतेन च या शतेन प्रतनोषि सहस्रेण विरोहसि तस्यास्ते देवीष्टके विधेम हविषा वयम् अश्वक्रान्ते रथक्रान्ते विष्णुक्रान्ते वसुन्धरा शिरसा धारयिष्यामि रक्षस्व माम् पदे पदे ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीम् महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
Pranams at the lotus feet of beloved Mother Sai, respected elders, brothers and sisters, Sairam to all. I take this opportunity to share a few of my experiences with Swami. In 1975, Swami performed the Upanayana of my brother, Dr. Ravi Kumar, and during the interview, Swami asked me, "Where is your husband?" As I did not know the answer, I just kept silent. Swami said, "He is doing Sevadal duty here only, and I shall perform your wedding." In 1976, all the members from Alsu Samiti went to Patni to speak to Swami about the Samiti activities, and they had planned that nobody will ask any personal questions. So, when they were waiting for interview, Swami called all the committee members. Swami came to my father and asked, "Anybody else has come?" So my father said, "My daughter has come," and he said, "You call her also inside." So I also went inside and joined the interview. Then Swami came to me and asked, "What do you want?" I told Swami, "I want a job." Then Swami said, "Enna vela kalyanam pandu samsara pathukam." Means, he said, get married and take care of family. Then subsequently Swami asked, "What is your qualification?" I said, BA and library science. Then Swami said, apply in Anantapur, there's a post for librarian. So accordingly, I wrote to the authorities stating the interview I had with Swami, but they said they did not get any information from their end. So I did not get the opportunity to serve Swami at that time. Then in the same interview, my father spoke to Swami saying, Swami, this month end I am retiring and my director is asking me whether I am willing to come to Iran to start a project there. So Swami said, no, you have an elderly father whom you have to take care and Iran is not in a good condition, so do not go, I shall give you a job myself. Then subsequently in 1986, Chakravarti sir called my brother and asked, Ravi Kumar, how many sisters you have? Then my brother said 3 sisters. He said, I told Swami, you have 2 sisters. Swami told, your 3rd sister is a librarian. Ask her to go and work in the B.Ed college that is housed at Vrindavan. So in 1976, whatever I had asked Swami, in 86, I had the opportunity to go and serve him. So with Swami, it is not delay or whatever he says will be done at the time he thinks it's suitable and good for us. So delays are not there with Swami. Then in subsequently 1978, my father was called to work in the Vraj Vrindavan Press at Whitefield. And the same year in August was his 60th birthday. So my brother and myself thought, as a gratitude, we should do something for my father. And we thought the best is to get Swami's blessings. But he was a student, I couldn't contact him much, though we had this idea in mind. Then up till Wednesday we waited. Saturday was his birthday. Till Wednesday we did not get any information. So one senior devotee told me, you can take the dresses, get it blessed by Swami. So accordingly I also went there, took the dresses. Swami came and stood right in front of me but did not bless. So I was full of tears thinking, what will I do? We are not even able to do a little thing. Though 60 years he has done so many things for us. And a few minutes my brother came and said, Swami is agreed to bless him on his birthday. So on Saturday, we all landed in Vrindavan. So Swami came, called us, made us wait in front of interview room. Then he went for darshan, then went back to his place. Exactly at 10:30 he opened the door and said, today being Saturday, 9 to 10:30 is Rahu Kalam. Then we all were invited and Swami materialized Vibhuti to all of us, gave Par Namaskar to all of us, then gave dresses to my father and said, no more operations. Subsequently, my father was working there and one Mr. Vishwanath, who is a Sevadal, met my husband Mr. Hariharan and both of them while coming to do service, he told him, Mr. Tyagarajan is searching some alliance for his daughter, why don't you get some horoscopes to give it to him? Then subsequently, my husband went and met my father and gave him some horoscopes and my father asked, what about your horoscope? My husband said, no, that I'll ask my father to send it to you. Then in meantime he asked, where are you working and what are you doing? Then he said, I work in Voltas. I am also doing Sevadal duty here. Subsequently, the address was given and his horoscope came to my father. Then this continued and in 1981 July, Mrs. Ratanlal, who also owned the press in Vrindavan, spoke to Swami in Parthi. Swami, Tyagarajan has been working from 6 a.m. in the morning to 6 p.m. and his daughter's wedding. Immediately Swami told, ask him to come tomorrow. So my father immediately took the 2 horoscopes and few probable dates which Swami might ask and landed in Parthi. On 5th, that being a Sunday, Swami called him and fixed Mr. Hariharan's horoscope with mine and said he would perform the wedding. Then he asked him, you want a private or a public marriage? My father thought, if it's a public one, all the relatives also can get the blessings of Swami. So he said, we'll have a public wedding. Then Swami said, we will have it in Parthi itself. Then Swami said, do not worry, I shall take care of everything. So my father came back and Monday he called Mr. Hariharan and told, Swami has fixed your horoscope with my daughter and he'll be performing the wedding. Since I am busy with the university rules and regulations being typed at Whitefield, 3 days I will not be able to come. So Thursday I will come and meet your parents and speak to them. So the coming Thursday, my father went and met Mr. Hariharan, his father and mother, and told them that Swami has agreed to perform the wedding, selecting Mr. Hariharan's horoscope. And immediately Mr. Hariharan said, you can go ahead with the preparations. At that juncture, my father-in-law and mother-in-law were really shocked, because all the while Mr. Hariharan was reluctant to get married, and he had seen few girls also because parents insisted and had not agreed. And this, even without seeing a girl, he had agreed. This is Swami's wish. So, based on the wish, he said, whomever Swami says, he will agree. That might have been in his mind. So, after this, he said, I am not even particular to come and see the girl. But he said, this is not good. You and your parents can come to our house so that you can see the girl, your parents can see, and my family members also can see your family. Accordingly, it was agreed, and 13th was my engagement. Soon after that Ashada month started. And soon after Ashada got over, it was my first, Muhurtam was my wedding. So very, very short time was there. But Swami, by his grace, everything got set in time. So, my father was continued to work in the press, and once what he thought, he should get the invitation also checked by Swami. Since he had Madras High, he told my brother, who was studying in Anantapur, posted the invitation and told, please show it to Swami and ask him all the details whether they are correct. So my brother brought it and showed it to Swami. Swami looked at that and said, every minute detail he checked, and he told, August means Kingdom of Mother Sai seminar is there for principals. So let's have the wedding in Vrindavan itself. So the venue got changed to Vrindavan. Then 18th August, Swami called us for an interview. That is just 2 days before the wedding. 17th, what had happened was, my brother had come to Parthi and he was talking with one more lecturer about Swami, and from 3 p.m. they went on talking. Suddenly they thought, let's go and have coffee. By then they realized it was already 11 p.m. And the lecturer told, so much we are talking about Swami. Will Swami talk about this? Will Swami think about this? Then my brother said, surely, unless he wills, we will not be able to talk less. So next day, my father sent a telegram to my brother saying, Swami wants you to come immediately. So 18th he landed there, and 18th was the same day that Swami also called us for interview. Then when we went to interview, just my brother reached there, and Swami introduced Mr. Hariharan to my brother and asked Hariharan, where are you working? What is your salary? And you should save money. Then he went to my mother-in-law and said, she has no mother, you should take care of her. Later Swami blessed us with Vibhuti, Pad Namaskar, and gave clothes for the wedding, and he was humble enough to put the clothes in a cover also and give it to us. And that being my birthday, I had a second Namaskar also. So later on 19th, Swami went to the Kalyan Mandap, checked the decorations, checked the Rangoli, and he even told Anand Nilayam people, I want to see what menu you are preparing. So much care Swami had taken. On 20th morning, all of us landed in Vrindavan, and Swami asked my brother, have the marriage party arrived? He said, yes Swami. Shall I ask them to start the proceedings? Normally, people go to the venue, Swami will bless them, then the proceedings will start, and during Muhurta, Swami used to come. So when my brother asked, I said, no, ask them to wait. After I come only, all proceedings have to start. So my husband, father, and my father-in-law waited near the entrance, invited Swami, and Swami came and sat there. And my father went on telling my brother, ask Swami for Kanyadan because you don't have a mother. So my brother tried to ask Swami. Swami said, just keep quiet. Then the next proceedings, the priest came and asked, what about Kashi Yatra, Swami? Swami said, no Kashi Yatra. We will not get any boys. Soon after Swami said Kanyadan, Swami immediately got up and came to the stage There he materialized a tali with 6 threads. Then Swami blessed us with all turmeric he pasted on that tali, and we had also made tali, so Swami put turmeric on that, made Mr. Hariharan tie the tali that he materialized first and then the one which we made, and he made both of us garland Swami, and just previous to that he gave garland to each one of us and told us to put on the other person's neck. Then we both garlanded Swami, and both of us had very beautiful namaskar, and then he made us to do aarti also. So this was the beautiful moment that I had nearly 40 years back, but still it is so much in the memory as though it has just happened. This is the bliss that we get when we think of Swami and all his experiences. Later, after the function, Swami just came down this thing and was going to Bhajan Hall. Mandir he was going. That time Mr. V.K. Narasimhan asked, Swami, this marriage is so unique. I have never seen you doing Kanyadan, and so much time you were there for the function. From the starting, you are with them. Then Swami said, these children thought I am their mother. Tvameva matacha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mamadeva deva. Whatever you think Swami is to you, Swami also responds the same way. These children thought I am their mother, so I also responded to them in the same way. So this is how that beautiful wedding Swami did for me 40 years back. Then in 1982, I was blessed with a son, and we wanted only Swami to name him. So we waited 2 years and 2 months, and in one of the interviews, Sai himself asked, my son himself asked, Swami Peru. Then Swami said, he said, keep quiet. Then Swami asked, what do you call him? We said, we call him Sai. Then so he said, you can call him Sai Giridhar. And in that interview, my husband and my sister both were holding Swami's feet, one each, and doing Pada Seva. So my sister, second sister who is working in Patti school said, Swami, I want to do service in this institution. Then Mr. Hariharan also told, Swami, I also want to do. Then Swami said, ellarum service pannanum. Everybody has to do service, he said. Then he blessed us all. Then he told me, this child will not be able to sit. So he asked me to show the Palu, put lots of vibhuti, and told, please sit outside, I'll continue the interview. So I just came out. So this is how things went on up till that time. In 1986, in fact, Swami sent word and the principal went in search of my sister, and she joined the school in 86 and she continues to work till now. In 88, Giridhar joined primary school, and during interview they were asking him, who is God? He said, God is truth, truth is Satya, Satya is Satya Sai Baba. So those days all the applications and all the list used to go to Swami, and Swami used to select the children for school. While seeing the list, Swami said, one boy told others, no, you have to select children from such families. So this is how he was studying in that school. And many times during holidays, Swami used to call him and speak to him. On one such occasion, in 1991 August, 1991 Ishwaramba Day, there was a 1 hour conversation between Swami and my son Sai. Swami is just showing his hand and saying, just 1 or 2 examples. There's nothing in my hand. No, Swami, your hand is full of power. Everything is in your hand. Then he says, do you say any prayers, any dhyanam, anything? He said, I chant Om Shri Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba. Next word. The same thing I keep chanting 108 times. So everybody was laughing. So this continued like that. And during one such session, my father, brother, sister, Sai, all were inside Trai session. I was waiting outside. I prayed to Swami, in my lifetime, at least once I should have a blessing to come inside. Immediately, Swami called Sai and asked, who is come with you? And he told Swami, my mother has come. He said, call her immediately. And I was also asked to come to Trai session. And this is the heart-to-heart connection that I had with Swami. later, he was studying. This, what Swami did, he went to my father and asked, "Do you want to publish this article in Sanatan Sardi?" My father said, "Swami, whatever you say, I shall do that." Then said, "Get it printed." So in August 1991, it was published in Sanatan Sardi under the article Bhagavan and His Child. And later it got translated into various languages. So this was happening, and he was studying in school, and we were in our activities. In 1996 summer course, Swami entire period he spoke about Ramayana. So Sai, my husband, used to go regularly for the summer course darshans in the evening. One such time, my husband, Sai, was sitting in front. Father, mother-in-law and brother-in-law's daughter were sitting behind, and they were traveling in the car. Near Siddhapur, the car went and hit against a station BTS bus, and the entire glasses broke, and he had a very bad cut. Cheek was actually hanging, and even the eyelashes were cut. And his face was full of glasses, head and face was full of glasses. Mr. Hariharan also had some injury in the wrist. My father had a small fracture like in the jawbone. All the others were taken care by Swami, not much injury, very less. And just before the accident, Sai and my husband were telling, yesterday Swami spoke about this part of Ramayana. Might be today Swami will speak about this. This was the discussion they were talking. This is the time it happened. Then the BTS bus that they hit, those people only took these people and brought them to General Hospital and left them. In General Hospital, Dr. Anantramar, a plastic surgeon who comes once in a month from Chennai, was available. Anesthetist was available. It looked as though they were waiting for some case. So as they saw these people, they went and gave them the treatment. So evening, my father told my brother, "Please inform Swami that he has only saved us, otherwise any other situation it could have been." So when my brother went to speak to him, Swami said, "They were thinking of me, that Chaname Nenu Velli Rachinchanu." So this is what Swami confirmed, and all of them were safe. And in 2000, Mr. Hariharan resigned from Voltas, took VRS and joined Satya Sai Hospital from project time. And I was also working in a central government institution. So December, I also joined the institute. Here we have had lots of beautiful darshans and beautiful activities that we could enjoy, what we had missed all the others time in life. And one small incident I would like to tell here. In the earlier days, we used to pack vibhuti in our house, and lots of vibhuti, sacks of vibhuti used to come to our house, and all devotees used to chant Sai Gayatri and keep on making vibhuti packets to be given to patients. One such day, 5 kg pack was kept in my house, and I had gone home for lunch late, and perhaps the tap was not closed. When I went home, the entire hall was filled with water, and that second I didn't know what I will do in case water enters the sack, because I will not be able to dry that. It will fly away, and that minute I was so blank. So who is our savior? It is only Swami. Then I noticed that not a drop of water had entered the sack. The entire hall was full of water. Later, these things keep happening in our life. Nowhere Swami has left us. And in 1988, one instance, my father-in-law, when he came to put Sai in school, he was just sitting, and we were planning to come in 10 o'clock bus. We had booked actually. Suddenly in second round, he came and called him for the interview. And he is a person who is very God-fearing and always used to chant Vishnu Sahasranamam morning and evening. Swami just called him inside and told him, "Shift to your own house," because we were in a rented house which was in the center of city, and this house was little far away. So they were little hesitant because they got used to the area. Then Swami told, materialist ring for him as SAI. It was only no photo, no, just like that. Then told, "I'll take care of your children and your grandchildren." And Swami blessed him with vibhuti and namaskar. So I have to thank my sister, Dr. Kamakshi, who has been role model for all of us, and whatever the situations, she has never missed doing Swami's service. And I also thank the families, because soon after the wedding was fixed, the first call from my husband was, you can continue your Sai activities, which is very, very important for me. Until today, by Swami's grace, I am continuing this. What I observed in all this is, whatever Swami says will happen, but that will be only the time he thinks is good for us and best for us. That is his time. So till then, we have to be humble, keep on praying to him. Nowhere he is denied either the marriage or keeping name for Sai or asking me to work. Nowhere Swami is denied anything. But I also quietly pray to Swami, and I thank him for giving me the patience for all this also. Then in November, we all had gone for Bhakti Yatra. That time Mr. Hariharan told Swami, I'll be retiring in December. Then Swami said, I'll take care, don't worry. Later he also joined here, and by Swami's grace, till now both of us are serving in this institute. And one more thing I want to tell. My son's alliance, we were finding difficult to get an alliance for my son, and we waited, and it was getting delayed. Not that we were worried, but we thought we should finish responsibilities and spend more time in the spiritual way. And by Swami's grace, we got a simple, God-fearing girl who is also blessed to serve in this institution, by name Saroja. So, there are two important things I want to say. What is happiness? What is bliss? If we find the difference in this, happiness is, suppose you want to eat a sweet or masala dosa. You will eat and you will forget. The next day you might not remember you have eaten also. But in case of Swami's experiences, this bliss is lifelong. I got married many, many years back, and my brother's Upanayana was so many years back, my son studied so many years back, but that is so much etched in the mind that even today, right now, I feel that marriages happen just now. So this is the difference between happiness and bliss. Bliss is especially Swami's experiences. It will be lifelong, it will never go beyond your mind. So it keeps on making you happy, and I thank the organizers for making me keep on remember Swami for this 15 days. Jai Sai Ram.
విద్యార్థులకందరికీ అనేక పర్యాలను నేను బోధించాను.
Swami taught many a time to students.
రామాయణం రాసినటువంటి వాల్మీకి
composed Ramayana.
రాములను రావణుని రెండిద్దరిని పోల్చుకొని
He compared Rama and Ravana.
మహాజ్ఞాని రాముడు,
Rama is man, one of
గొప్ప విద్యావంతుడు రాముడు,
Rama is highly educated.
రావణుడు మూర్ఖుడు అన్నాడు.
He considered Ravana as fool.
కానీ ఎందుకు అతను మూర్ఖుడు అన్నాడు?
Why did he call himself?
రావణుడు 64 విద్యలు నేర్చాడు.
Ravana has learned all the 64 forms. Ravana has learned all 64 forms of education.
కానీ రామ 26 విద్యలు మాత్రమే నేర్చాడు.
But Rama has learned only 26.
ప్రాకృతమైనటువంటి విద్యలు 26 నేర్చాడు.
The worldly 26 forms of
కానీ
education.
ప్రాకృతమైనటువంటి విద్యలు 64 నేర్చాడు రావణుడు.
But Ravana has learned 16
ఇంత గొప్ప
forms.
విద్యావంతుడైనటువంటి వాడు మూర్ఖుడంతంలో ఉన్నటువంటి అంతరార్థం ఏమిటి?
What is the inner significance by calling him a fool?
అది రాముని యందు 3 గుణములు ప్రధానంగా వచ్చేసాయి.
In Rama there are mainly 3 qualities.
సర్వే లోకహితే రతా, సర్వే జ్ఞానోక సంపన్న, సర్వే సముదితాము గుణైః. ఈ 3 గుణములు రాముని యందు ఉంటున్నాయి.
These 3 qualities are present in Rama.
కానీ ఈ 3 గుణములు రావణుని యందు లేదు.
In Ravana all the 3 qualities are missing.
రావణుడు ఇన్ని విద్యలు నేర్చుకుడను ఇంద్రియానికి వశుడైపోయి దాసుడైపోయినాడు.
Ravana with all his knowledge has become a slave to his
కాబట్టి
senses.
ఇంద్రియములకు దాసుడైనటువంటి వాడు ఎంత విద్యావంతుడైనప్పటికీ వాడు మూర్ఖుడే.
If one is a slave to the senses, however knowledgeable he is a fool.
నాట్ ఓన్లీ ఫూల్, ఫూల్ ఫూల్ ఫూల్.
Not only fool.
ఈ గుణములు సరైనటువంటి గుణములు లేకపోతే ఇంకా ఆ విద్యలు దేనికోసం?
When these qualities are not there, what for?
టెక్నాలజీ.
So,
బుకిష్ నాలెడ్జ్.
It's all bookish knowledge.
ఈ బుకిష్ నాలెడ్జ్ వల్ల దేశానికి ఏమీ ఉపయోగం లేదు.
This bookish knowledge will never help the country.
ప్రాక్టికల్ నాలెడ్జ్ లో ప్రవేశించాలి.
Be ready for practical knowledge.
కనుకనే రాములు దేవుడు కావడానికి కారణం ఏమిటి?
What is the reason that made Rama God?
ది క్వాలిటీస్ 6 numbers.
The qualities are 6 in number.
ఫస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్. ఫస్ట్ క్యారెక్టర్.
The first character,
పిటి.
pity.
మూడవది నాన్ వైలెన్స్.
Third, non-violence.
ఫోర్త్ ది కంట్రోల్ ఆఫ్ మైండ్.
4, control over the mind.
ఫిఫ్త్ ది కంట్రోల్ ఆఫ్ సెన్సెస్.
5th, control of senses.
సిక్స్త్ ఫేమ్.
6th, fame.
ఈ 6 గుణములు ఉండటం చేతనే
Because of all the 6 qualities
మేడ్ రామ ది మ్యాన్ సుప్రీం అన్నాడు.
that made Rama the man supreme.
చూసారా? ఈ 6 గుణములు ఉండటం చేతనే మానవుడు దేవుడిగా మారిపోయాడు.
With these 6 qualities, man became God.
దీనిని చక్కగా విద్యార్థులు గుర్తించాలి.
Students have to realize clearly.
ఈ 6లో ఒక్కటైనా మనలో ఉంటున్నదా?
Do have at least one among
కానీ
the 6.
ఒక్కటి మాత్రం అందరి యందు కూడా విద్యార్థులు యందు చాలా పరిపూర్ణంగా ఉంటుండాలి.
But one is present in full among all students.
ఏమిటది?
What's that?
వైలెన్స్.
Violence is present among students.
ఇది మానవతా గుణముకు చాలా దూరమైనటువంటిది.
It is not human
ఇది
quality.
మానవునికి లక్షణమే కాదు,
It is not the quality of a
ఇది
human being.
మానవత్వానికి ఒక అవలక్షణం.
It is a bad feature of mankind.
కనుక వైలెన్స్ లో మనం చేరకూడదు.
So we should never be violent.
దేని వల్ల?
Why?
ఈశావాస్యం ఇదం సర్వం వాసుదేవ సర్వమిదం. అందరి యందు ఉండినటువంటి భగవంతుని పైన మన వైరం ఎవరిపైన చేశాం?
When God is present in everyone, why do you need to be violent?
నీలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఆత్మనే నీ ఎదుటి వాడి యందు ఉంటున్నది.
The Atma is in you, is present in the man in
ఎదుటివాడి
front.
ఉన్నటువంటి ఆత్మనే నీలో యందు ఉంటున్నది.
The Atma in the man is as well in
కాబట్టి
you.
నిన్ను నీవు నాశనం చేసుకున్నట్టే, నిన్ను నీవు అపహాసం చేసుకున్నట్టే,
Therefore you are making fun of yourself, you are ruining
నీవు
yourself,
నీవు కీడు చేసుకున్నట్టే.
you are harming your own self.
కానీ ఇది వైలెన్స్ అనేటువంటిది పరులను కూడా హింసింపజేస్తుండాలి.
The violence will harm others too.
కనునే వ్యాసుడు కూడాను అష్టాదశ పురాణేషు వ్యాసస్య వచనద్వయం పరోపకార పుణ్యాయ పాపాయ పరపీడనం హెల్ప్ ఎవర్ హర్ట్ నెవర్ అన్నాడు.
So Vyasa said the essence of all Puranas, help ever, hurt never is the
నీవు
essence.
హెల్ప్ చేయడానికి చేత కాకుండా పోయినప్పుడు నోరు మూసుకుని పడి ఉంది.
If you can't help, shut your mouth.
నీవు ఇతరులను హర్ట్ చేయకుండా ఉంటేనే గొప్ప హెల్ప్.
Not hurting others is a big help.
నీవు ఉపకారం చేయడానికి చేత కానప్పుడు అపకారం చేయవద్దు, అదే గొప్ప ఉపకారం.
If you can't help, don't harm. That's a big
పిబరే రామరసం రసనే పిబరే రామరసం 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 జనన మరణ భయ శోక విదూరం జనన మరణ భయ శోక విదూరం జనన మరణ భయ శోక విదూరం శోక విదూరం సకల శాస్త్ర నిగమాగమ సారం సకల శాస్త్ర నిగమాగమ సారం సకల శాస్త్ర నిగమాగమ సారం సకల శాస్త్ర నిగమాగమ సారం పిబరే రామరసం పిబరే రామరసం రామరసం रामरसम् रसने पिबरे राम